Well, hello there and welcome to the Flipside Variety channel, presented by yours truly, Connor Philippi. And if you're new to any of the content I've made in the past, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are coming from my sports podcast or coming from one of the previous things I've done in the past, I really appreciate you continuing to stick around. And I think what you'll find on this channel is that this is a lot more of me, a lot more of what I find happiness and pride doing. And it's going to be something that I'm going to put a lot more of myself into than I've done with things in the past. And so that's what you can look forward to. This is what you should be excited to watch on this channel. And no matter what you're into, I want this to be a place where everyone can watch videos that they find interesting. First, before I get to that point, I want to kind of just give you a quick little intro of who I am and what I do. So I have been making YouTube videos technically since 2015. I was a young 8th grade kid making videos in my room and in my parents' basement, almost too afraid to even talk loud enough for my parents to find out I was making a YouTube channel. Horrible content, because again, I was a middle schooler trying to make this stuff. I improved my craft, I improved my equipment, I made my studio a lot better, and over the years I have really upgraded, and I made channels that were full reaction channels. I made all of this different stuff. I even have a sports podcast, which I still have going on. If you want to check out the Minnesotan Sports Podcast, I'll link that down below if you're into sports. That's another thing that I do. But I think a lot of those things put me into a box, and I didn't really want to be in that box. I wanted to be able to express myself in a lot of different ways, and I wanted to kind of make content that I knew I could put time into and be really proud about the end result of. This is kind of my craft, but obviously the thing with any job, unless you are self-employed, is that even if you're doing what you love, in the sense that you're doing video editing, video production, you don't always get to take your own creative path and do exactly what you want to do. And so that's kind of what this channel is going to be. My sports podcast that I do, I talk about sports in mostly a football context, and the problem that comes with that is it's very timely. You basically get the information, or you are talking about a game that you have to get it out because the game's going to be tomorrow, and you can't, pre-record 5 videos and edit it when you have time, because again, it's timely and you don't even know what had happened in the previous week, and you have to then edit something that goes out the next week. And so I felt like if there was ever a situation where I didn't have time to make something, I basically had to take 3 hours, shoot, edit, get it out there. And so none of my sports content stuff, none of my sports podcast stuff, I feel like is my best work technically, creatively, any of that stuff. With this, I can shoot stuff whenever I want, I can edit stuff whenever I want, I'll have a consistent schedule, and there will be plenty of videos coming out. I'm hoping at least once a week, if not twice a week, but these are going to be videos I'm going to be putting a lot of myself into, a lot of my work into, and I want these videos to be something I'm genuinely proud of. And not just in the sense that it's going to do well or that it's going to get a lot of views, but whether it's 2, 20, 200, 2,000, maybe eventually someday, people watching this content, I want to make sure that what I make, I am proud of making. And even if no one watches it, I want to go out there and feel like I made the best content possible that I feel good with. And if this content reaches people for the better and makes them laugh, makes them smile, makes them think about something differently than they have before, then it still is the best case scenario. But I'm making this content both for the people out there and for me, because I want to be able to make content that I feel good about myself making, and that's what this whole channel is. One of the things I want to do is just kind of the fun, stupid stuff. I want to do top 10 videos. I want to talk with my friends about movies that we like, songs and bands that we like. I want to just kind of do all of that stuff, and I want to do that in kind of a short, well edited, quick edit type style, one that's a lot more fit for YouTube. And I want to do that in kind of a fun way where it's an engaging, fun experience, and it's kind of more of just your typical YouTuber style of content. And then I also want to do reaction type videos. I've done reaction channels in the past where I've reacted to all kinds of different things, a lot of Pentatonix and Home Free back in the day, back when I was into that stuff. But that's really going to be stuff where if I have an artist I really care about, if people comment specifically asking me to do reactions to certain content that they like and enjoy, I might do that as well. It's going to be kind of low stakes content where I can make it whenever I want to make it. One thing I'm really excited about is I want to make a podcast style series of content where I bring people on to talk about things that either they care about, I care about, or both. And this is probably the most generic podcast concept in the world, but one thing that you'll see throughout the course of my content is I want to make the kind of content that fits well with the New Year's resolutions that I've made for myself. And I'm going to be talking about those New Year's resolutions specifically in another video. A lot of them stem around the idea of me being a lot more both vulnerable with myself and with others, and also I want to listen a lot more to other people to understand people better. And this can be in a fun way, this can be in a more interesting way, getting information I never would have known, and it can also be in a very vulnerable way, where I'm talking with people about things that I never expected to talk about. And so I know it's kind of a generic idea for a podcast, but I think it's something that's going to be very interesting that you're going to enjoy. I want to do an episode where I talk about music and what it means to different people, because music is such an interesting thing and matters in a lot of different ways to a lot of different people. I want to talk to people about things that I've never considered trying. Everything that I don't know or don't understand is open for these kind of conversations. And I have a lot of different friends that have a lot of different viewpoints than me, a lot of different opinions than me, that I'm really interested in having on to talk about these things. And on top of that, I want it to also be an opportunity for people that come to this channel to ask me to explore different things that they care about. Because one of the things I like about, music reactions and stuff on YouTube is I get to see other people react to things I care about in the music world. And I think that that content can be really impactful if it's not just in a music sense, but if it's something that people really truly want other people to know about, that they want to share with other people. I want people to be able to do that through me and through this channel and through this content. I want people to comment things that they want me to learn about, to explore, to maybe talk to other people about, to do all of that. And it's going to be kind of think about it as almost kind of like an Anthony Padilla type thing, except it's not going to be more interview style. I want to talk about it. I want to be right in that conversation, asking the questions, making it more of a conversation than an interview is really important to me in that aspect. And obviously these are all things that I'm still fleshing out the ideas of, and the first few episodes might be a lot different than what I make, a year or so down the road or even further. So that's what's going to be fun about it, is I can kind of try things out, and if I don't like them, or if they don't work, or if more people like different things, then maybe I'll go a different route. But I really want everyone to be able to come to this channel and get what they want out of it. That's kind of the overarching general theme of what I'm trying to say here. I want people, if they want to just laugh and have fun and watch some stupid content, I want them to be able to do that. I want people to come in here, get some insightful stuff about things that they never really thought about before. I want people to bring conversations to the table that I then turn into content that makes them feel heard or feel like they have a more validated opinion by the end of it. And I want people to come into this with one mindset and potentially have a different one. I think that whether it's a stupid top 10 video or a very deep or introspective video about something I've never thought of before, I want it to span all that. Having that open of a concept for it is going to make it really fun and really interesting. It might not be great for the algorithm, but that's kind of the whole gist of this thing, of this channel, is that I don't really care. I want as many people to see this as possible that matter. I don't want this to just be a bunch of views. I want the people that view this to be the people that want or need to view this and nothing more. So I think that's going to be really fun to do, very interesting, very impactful. And if any of that seemed interesting to you, please subscribe, tell people about it, and join the ride, because it's going to be a lot of fun and you should expect a lot of things that you might not get anywhere else. So thanks so much for watching this one, and my very next video will be in a few days, I'm going to be going over my New Year's resolutions, and you'll find that a lot of them relate to a lot of the content I'm going to be putting on here. On top of that, make sure you watch that video because I'm going to be going over some of my uploading schedule and some of the ways that you can get involved in this channel in any other way that you want to. So thanks again for watching this one, and really hope I can see you in the next one. But as always, I will see you on the flip side.